Whether she would do it with me and agree to do it, I don't know. But, you know, never say never. I'm not actually prepping yet, I'm just dropping weight. So I did all that on my own last time, the dropping weight bit. So I'll do it again. Obviously, if I was going to get on stage, I would need some assistance. In a nutshell, I speed up my weight session, so I keep my rest times down, and I eat in a calorie deficit. I also add in a little bit of cardio as well. I won't be competing, I'll be there though. I don't know who they've got taking my place. I'm not sure even who they can get over for it to replace me, so we shall see. It's got to be truck pull. At the moment, I'm just prioritising being healthier, dropping some weight, some unnecessary weight, and yeah, just trying to be as healthy as possible. My boy was 1 at the time, and looking after a 1-year-old with a hangover is not enjoyable. So that was a big part of what made it easy. How did I do it? I just stopped. Literally simple. No competition goals, just business goals, and to enjoy more time with my friends and family and my little one, obviously. I basically eat oats for breakfast and then chicken, rice and peanut butter for lots of meals, and I normally have around about 5 or 6 of those meals per day on top of the oats. Salted caramel whale isolate by CMP, that is without a doubt my favourite. I felt like I was pretty close 2011, but I actually feel I was in better shape in 2010. I tore my bicep 11 weeks before World's Strongest Man, so then, if any, absolutely huge. When you got to think that your whole life revolves around you achieving this goal, you become very selfish and self-absorbed, and the really important stuff gets put on the back burner. And certainly I've had some friendships and relationships damaged because of my strongman competing. So yeah, same as I always have done. Well, for the last few years anyway. This is a question, did I do any? Yeah, I did athletics, shot put, discus, and I played rugby. Never say never, but it's unlikely at the moment, or certainly for the foreseeable future. It's a possibility. I'm going to see how the next 2 weeks go and then decide from there. It's all about discipline and habits. So you've got to be disciplined enough to get off your arse when you're not motivated, and try and create habits for yourself. So going to the gym becomes part of your routine and part of your habits. That's the only way to do it, really. I genuinely couldn't decide between Big Z and Brian. I'd love to tell you that I did get an improvement, but no, I didn't. They're still absolutely fucked. Because I've got a bad injury, that's going to make it very difficult to do some of the strongman events, and other things I want to do in my life, and focus on some different stuff and some different goals. No, I'm definitely not stronger. In a strongman competition, I could probably perform nearly as well because I'm better at some of the moving events. My conditioning's better, so I can last longer through the competition, but definitely not stronger. In fact, the only exercise I would say that I'm as strong now as when I was bigger is my deadlift. Just eating a well-balanced diet and in a slight calorie deficit. Yes, it can be. Some of them have other things in. Like I know that CMP do one now that's got some nootropics in, which are great for like brain function, help you keep focused and things like that. It's called Full Tilt by CMP, and it's got some stimulants, things like that, and also some nootropics included. Yeah, it's just good for getting you focused and getting you in the zone. I'm not sure if that's a question about me or about you. When you're leanest, you're still soft around your midsection. Then you can get leaner. That's the truth of it, unfortunately. Much as I'm not too bad at it, Conan's will. I absolutely hate it. 6'5.5", and obviously I'm crap at it too. If it's a question directed at me, no. When I'm super lean, my midsection is not soft at all. So yeah, no, it's just skin and muscle. You could do a deload week, drop the weights right down, still keep yourself doing the movements. But I don't think there's any harm in taking a week off every now and then, to be honest. If it's good for you. Yeah, I think it could be. The signs are definitely good, but obviously can't speak too soon, and strange things happen in football sometimes, but we've got a good chance. Oh no, I've just remembered, forward hold. Forward hold is the worst event in the history of strongman, and I don't even understand why they put it in strongman comps, because it's boring to watch. It's got no entertainment value, it's just shit. It's purely deadlift focused, so you'd need to do your own workouts for other sessions. I track them using MyFitnessPal. Probably, well, I'll answer this honestly. A lot of people would probably say me. I would say probably Eddie, and that would be probably most people's answers, me or him. Events is very individual, so I think it needs to be tailored to you and what comps you've got coming up and stuff like that. So it's just the gym side of it. Yes, we competed against each other a few times. He was in my group 2007 Worlds. We both made a final, and I think he was fifth place. I was third. But legend, absolute legend. My one, it's $4.99, available on the Club HSC site, and no, it's just gym equipment, so you'd need to add in an events day. But programming, I do, yes, and what percentage is reps? I can't go through all that in one little 15-second video. Buy one of my ebooks, and you can see in that. I'd like to get a bit under 140, so high 130s. That's the aim, short term. I think the unwritten rule is once you win one. So no, 17 weeks dieting. Take it slow. If he was strong enough, yeah, of course. It's all about how strong you are, not how much you weigh. So obviously the bigger guys tend to have an advantage because they're generally stronger. But, you know, Novikov wasn't the biggest. He won last year. So, yeah, I managed to watch it afterwards and it was fucking sick. And, yeah, Quinn's were amazing. Obviously, Exeter were good too. But I think Quinn's semi-final and the final, they had two such good games. He's very disadvantaged in that respect. I've run one international strongman show in Dartford in 2007, and I had to do a lot of the running around and stuff myself, and competing in it, I was absolutely fucked. At the moment, I'm sitting at about 4,800 calories a day. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it just because the amount of effort organising a show and competing in it would be ridiculous. So he's definitely doing a lot more work on the show than the other athletes are. So, you know, thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Deadlift for sure. I'm not a great squatter. I'm okay, but I'm not brilliant. They probably did. And to be honest, I don't really care. This is what you have to sort of get into your head. Fuck what anyone else says. Fuck anyone else doubting you. It's what you think and what you can do. It's not about what they're doing. You know what? Sometimes when people doubt you, it's the best motivation you can have. You know, so use it as fuel. Fuck them. I answered this one the other day when I did one of these, and I'm really torn because sport should be inclusive of everyone, but I also think that perhaps someone, I don't know what the answer is, but I also don't feel like anybody should be excluded from sport. So it's a really tricky one, and I'm not for it or against it. I'm on the fence. Who was born a man has a slight advantage, but I would need to read the actual science and the studies that have been done, because I don't know that they actually do have an advantage. I would assume they do, but I don't know that as a fact. So I think that's a pretty obvious question. You need to be in a deficit to lose fat. So thing is, it's not as difficult as people think it is to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. In using those energy stores, it's replacing what you would be getting from food normally. So you can still get stronger while in a calorie deficit, and also your central nervous system is getting used to bigger weights. When you don't put as much fuel in your body gets the fuel from elsewhere. So it uses the fat to fuel itself. So to say if you're in a deficit, you're going to lose muscle is not strictly true, because as long as you keep your protein levels high, your body, if it's in a deficit, will start using the fat to fuel your body to get through workouts, to recover, everything else. I don't know, but I kind of like McGregor to win, just because I think the whole UFC is more exciting when he's doing well. But, you know, it's going to be a tough fight for him after the last one he got smashed up. Thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Pretty good. I've been pretty positive, feeling pretty good. There has been a couple of little down moments, obviously, which, you know, I just keep to myself, talk to my friends when I need to, but I'm feeling pretty positive about the future. And for bodybuilding, I was 135 on stage. I'm following a hypertrophy block of one of my own programs. This is quite high volume at the moment, but I'm just keeping my rest times down. So I'm still training with strength in mind, but I'm keeping my rest times down and added in a bit of cardio. My heaviest weight was 203 kilos, and my lowest was 12 pound 14 ounces when I was born. But my lowest competing in Strongman is 148. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're training hard, with strength in mind, keep protein intake high, it is very possible that you could lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. Yes, I have. And also, if you are going to drink, make good choices. I used to drink vodka and Diet Coke just to keep my calories down. So, you know, it is possible. But you've got to track that in with your food. Don't ignore it. Yeah, I mean, you might feel like shit with hangover and stuff if you drink the night before you train, but it's just calories, mate. It's more calories. If you track your alcohol, you can still lose weight. Oh, he don't give a shit. I'd only do that on one condition, and that would be if a certain person agreed to do it with me. I wouldn't do it on my own. So it's a possibility in the future. I've just started to. I didn't used to, but I've just started to now, yeah. Yeah, it's something that I could do. I mean, if it's just the odd video or just one video, just send it over on Instagram and I'll have a look. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm being a bitch, but a lot of guys that claim they're 6'3" and 6'4" are more than 1 or 2 inches shorter than me. I mean, he's not short. Yeah, like I said, there's quite a few of them that claim to be 6'3" and 6'4", and they're not really. So maybe they just don't know, and they stand next to someone and go, well, he's 6'3", so I must be the same. I wish I knew, but unfortunately I have a hiatus hernia, which keeps giving me hiccups. And it seems to be getting worse at the moment too, which is really, really fucking annoying. Throw in a deload week. Yeah, throw in a deload week. If ever you feel like that, it's always good to just throw in a deload week. As long as you get like 3 or 4 weeks on the bounce done, it's fine to do that. Then once you've done the deload week, say you've done 4 weeks and you're feeling fucked, well, for you, you're on week 9, maybe you're about to start week 9, do a deload week, then start week 9 next week. Possibly. Yeah, it's potentially something I would do. Yeah. We'll see though. Tom, Luke, Stoltman and Adam Bishop in no particular order. So I'm going for an all British top 3. Quite possibly, but the thing is the sport's moved on. Everyone's got better since then, so everyone's progressed, the whole sport's moved on. So yeah, if you took me now and dropped me into 2007, I'd win. Yes, I will be there. I will be there in what capacity, I don't know. I'll either be sitting in the crowd enjoying it, or I'll be involved in some way. But either way, it's going to be a fantastic show and I can't wait.